Just outside the growing southern city of Little Rock, Arkansas, you'll find the town of Mayflower. A normally quiet town on a weekend, only not today. Because today, the best retrievers in all of the land have converged on this small town to see who will be the champion. Yes, this is where a champion retriever will be crowned. Expect the unexpected.
This is the Super Retriever Series Crown Championship semifinal round.
Justin, I'm fascinated by the progression of this competition. It's kind of like a fireworks display where you've had a few bottle rockets and a few nice plumes, but now it's the grand finale where all heck is breaking loose.
That's right, man. I mean, it's just like Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday showed up to the dance, and here we go. And this is Jason Zera 100%. And he had this thing picked out in his mind. You could tell Zera had been planning this deal for a long time. And he shows up, he looks at his spot and he looks around a little bit and he goes, give me 3 ground blinds there, I need a bird boy there, I need so-and-so. I need 2 guys, I need 2 great duck callers right here. So throw the handler in the middle, put the dog behind you, and just shoot them up, man. I mean, you just can't duplicate this except if you're hunting. And it's very nice dogs that broke.
Really?
Yeah, and it's a sad deal. It really is, because you hate to go out like that. But let me tell you, that's part of it. That's part of it.
Well, and that's what's so fascinating about this is that, too, the dogs have had a nice, peaceful retrieves, long distances, 1 or 2 birds, and then all of a sudden, you've got all this man around you.
And it absolutely cranks up, It goes sky high, and it's exciting, and it's fun, and the dogs are flying here and there, and some of them are looking at their handler because they're so uncomfortable, and most of them are like, you bought them the drink tickets at the bar, man, and it's, the disco balls ripping and rolling, and they got it going, and so it's, it just depends on the dog and their personality and how they've been trained. And the dogs that are the most versatile and the best, hey, another day in paradise.
It's not a competition, it's a nightclub. Whoop, whoop. Let's keep the party going.
All right, man, the Eukanuba virtual course that is your 4 Series is wound up tight. Here we go. You got a dog behind you. He's about 5 yards behind you, but you're not able to stand over the top of him. You're in a ground blind. Got goose collar on the left, duck collar on the right. I mean, it's going wide open. The birds you need to remember, there's 4 of them out there, and a blind is mark number 2. Get on the right side of it. Don't pick it up. But be sure that you stay to the left side of that grass you see. It's a tight poison bird. It's going to take a lot of control to rein them in after all this excitement.
Here are the 15 dogs in the semifinals, all going for the finals. You see Lyle Steinman controls the leaderboard right at the top. 15 dogs faced with this challenge, Justin, and we're going to first bring in Shay D and Mike Gibson from Galena, Kansas.
Outstanding amateur, great dog, a lot of talent. The only question here is, does Mike have the hunting savvy? He's a Kansas boy. They shoot a lot of ducks and geese in Kansas. Let's see if Shady's actually been out there and done it.
He went to Miami, Oklahoma, qualified in 2 events this year, but he took first in the Miami, Oklahoma amateur.
He's done well, but I promise you he hasn't faced anything like this before. Not in a testing scenario. She did a great job, stayed put. That's what the judges are looking for, but she's gone a little bit to the right. The judges have deemed this far left bird, which was the last bird down, as a bird that the hunters have downed, and he's trying to escape. So you got to get the dog on that bird first.
So it's the first one to drop, the first one you retrieve, and that's going to mess up your memory with the others.
Absolutely. Well, actually, it's the last one to drop. The last one to drop, it's only 63 yards out there. So the judges are saying, hey, you should be able to pick that up. But here's the thing. If you'll notice, Mike didn't do a really, really good job of pointing that left-hand bird out. Remember, this is where we get to find out if a dog understands the concept of following a gun barrel. A dog that's hunted a lot, whichever direction you point that barrel, they're going to look out in front of it. And I'm not sure that Shady understands that just yet. Not making a total judgment on her yet, but I'm just saying I think we'll see dogs perform better that have more experience at looking out in front of that gun barrel.
Adding to Mike's degree of difficulty, his daughter's high school graduation is today, so they're really going to need to leave as soon as they run to actually make it to Kansas in time for the graduation. He's taking a chance to see if they can make it to the finals. Shay D, doing pretty well, except he gets a little confused. Shady gets a little confused. 22 faults on this bird.
Okay. Started dog training about 9 years ago. Enjoyed the sport. I've always enjoyed labs and the Super Retriever Series because of television, and looked like a real challenge. So when we had the all-amateur event last year right here in Mayflower, we came and gave it a try and had some good luck. We made it to the finals and finished in 4th place, and that just spurred our interest even further. So we've paid a lot more attention to it, trained more for it, and again, we've had pretty good luck. We've run 3 times and made the finals every time with a 2nd place and a 1st place finish as well.
They ought to feel pretty good just making it to Series 4 here, Justin.
Absolutely. I mean, when you really consider the fact that this is just his 3rd SRS event and he's made the finals continually, I mean, what else can you ask for, really? I mean, really and truly, he's an amateur. He's running against the big boys. Lyle Steinman has 7 retrievers here. There's that clump of grass right there. It's important that you know that they have to go to the left side of that. If they were to go to the right side of it, the judges are going to drop them.
Shady looks like some pretty good line there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a tough blind. Beep, right there. Good job.
Nailed it.
Now he's got one more bird left to pick up. This thing is kind of quirky. It's really like a hunting scenario. It's not like a true testing scenario where you pick up 3 and you run a blind, or you run a blind and you come back and you pick up your marks. They've got everything kind of intertwined. You're going to run that blind in the middle of some marks, and that really plays havoc on the memory. You're talking about a 15, 16-minute memory window there.
Shady looking, hunting, retrieving. That's what it's all about. Got it. 58 faults for that series, a crown series of 193 faults. It's a good run. Not going to be enough to catch back up. Still, though, you get the feeling Mike's going to be back.
I'll be better prepared next time. This is my 4th event overall, 1st crown series. And again, we've had good success in the others, but everything's elevated a notch here, and we'll be a little more prepared next time. Hopefully we'll get it next time.
You know they'll be back. Shady looks too accomplished and really got momentum toward the end of the run. Meanwhile, Mike heads to graduation.
Number 6, we hope we do better next year, but for now we got to fly to a graduation. So.
The Super Retriever Series is brought to you by Avery. Welcome to your life. Eukanuba. Make a good dog great. Dog Truck. World's finest e-collars. And by these fine sponsors. Ducks Unlimited. Zinc Calls. Dog Lovers Wine Club. And by the Heart of Arkansas.
Welcome back to Boone's Pond in Mayflower, Arkansas, the Super Retriever Series semifinal, and we are bringing an amateur to the line.
Mark Fritzmeyer and Bob. Bob's got a few amateur placements. He's a master hunter from the Hunt Test program. I don't know. He's from Rochester, Minnesota, home of those great big giant Canada geese, but I don't know how often Mark hunts. We're going to find out probably right here. Uh-oh. Not a good thing there. Bob's not used to being in a remote situation. That's surprising with a master hunter title. That's something that they do a lot in the AKC Hunt Test program. But obviously different regions of the country test different ways. So maybe in that part of the country they don't do a lot of remote actual hunting scenarios. I'm not sure.
And listen to all of the calling going on.
It's tough. And this is exactly like this dog loves this more than anything, and because he doesn't understand this concept, he's in a bad situation. Now, I remember in the judges meeting, the judges said, on your 3rd one, you're done. So he's come off that stand twice early. If he comes off again before being sent, he'll be roped and sent to the house.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, no, and even though the gunfire starts, you're looking at a disqualification.
That's it. Sad, but it's a part of the game.
All the way from Rochester, Minnesota, to get to the semifinals, and you never, ever send the dog.
Yeah, it's a bad scenario, and you understand that it's part of Super Retriever Series, so if you're not prepared for it, it can throw you to the wolves.
Mark Fritzmeyer leaves disappointed. This man comes in hopeful. Lyle Steinman, who controls the top of the leaderboard, brings in Rebby.
I know Rebby can do this. I've seen her in similar scenarios before. And this is kind of like a guy coming back after an off season, kind of, because this is kind of being Lyle's Achilles heel for a number of years. The judges know that. We're going to find out right now if Lyle's trained for it. Moving a little fast there. You can tell he's a little excited.
Rebby!
Ooh.
Now, that's not a disqualification.
Not a disqualification, but not a good thing. The judges want to see the dog leave from that platform directly to their mark, showing that they've been here before. You know, a lot of people may say, hey, well, that's not necessarily a bad thing that she came to her owner and her handler's side. But what the judges are testing is your ability to show that you've actually been there and done it. You know, have you really been out there and done it? And you could tell this is an awkward scenario for Rebby. And they're going to hit him hard. I don't know what they hit him with, but it's going to be hard. There it is, 20
faults before ever entering the water and getting a duck. Lyle is from Gower, Missouri, and I noticed here he's wearing camo.
Right. That's one of the rules here at SRS that the judges make you do. If they're using a ground blind, like they are in this scenario right here, all handlers must be in camouflage attire. If it's I guess what I'm trying to say is the judges want to see if you can really do it in every scenario. So when you're on the football field, you got a football helmet. When you're on the baseball field, you know you're carrying a glove and a bat. So it's they're really looking for versatility, and I got to commend them for it. I mean, they've done a great job, really, in an effort to find the very best dog.
All right, here we go. Will Rebby avoid the poison bird? Looks like Rebby did that.
She's not the most stylish dog. She's a little slow, and a lot of people don't like that. Don't get me wrong, it's not that much fun to watch. But when he blows the whistle and he gives a cast, the dog takes it. And she's an older dog as well.
What about her line here, Justin?
It's pretty good. I mean, I don't know that you could ask for much better. I mean, she's kind of dodging a little bit of the cover along the way, but overall it's pretty strong. If you'll notice now, he let her get a little bit left. I know the judges are probably going to hit him pretty hard for that. And that's only 4 or 5, maybe 5 yards. But
whoops!
Ew, goodness.
Come on back, Rebby.
That's a great thing about having a slow dog, though. You know, you can get your dog. She's not going to get you in trouble too bad. Hey, that's a pretty good job right there. If you think about it, you take away that little skip at the beginning, and she's in great shape right now.
Going for the last mark. Rebby again taking her time. 40 faults going for this last mark. 20 of those, like you say, because of the problems on the line.
Right. Bam. Wow. And you pull that thing away, and it's an incredible run. It's still a good run, but it was incredible.
She goes straight for it. She gets it. She gets a total of 92 faults. Good enough for number one. For now, a lot more on the way, including our Ducks Unlimited Super V competition in the rain. Don't go away. The rains have come to North Little Rock, Arkansas in our Ducks Unlimited Super V Finals. Riverfest is Central Arkansas's biggest festival, but the rains have held the crowds down, but they haven't dampened the spirits of the dogs, Justin.
They still love it. They still want to get wet, get up, jump high, show their desire right here.
Look at Keita.
A little bit shy at 6'2". She's going to get another shot here, though. I've seen her do it many times. Ooh. Come on, Keita. Got to do it. One last shot. Stay in it, girl. Bam, there you go.
Keita was in last year's top 3, so 6'2", no problem.
Moving forward, we got Smoke, big Chesapeake. Now remember, we swapped from a dog that weighs in the high 50s to this big machine, probably mid-80s. Lots and lots and lots of sheer horsepower.
We're going to bring in Savannah. This is Bob Mallory. They qualified in Huntsville, Alabama.
Savannah can do it. She's a lot like Keita, smallish, relies a lot on technique and speed to get up and get it done.
6'2".
I got it down, I think. You bet. All right, that a girl.
Remember, this is all it takes. Just knock it down. White dogs can jump. And so can this one. This is Striker and Melissa Ness.
Belgian Malinois can jump higher than any white dogs or black dogs for that matter. This dog can absolutely,
Boom, 6'2", no problem.
I'm telling you, this is the most dominant dog in all the dog competitions there are right now. Nobody can stay with her, and she's still rolling. Kita's going to fight her, though.
6'4", no. Trying 6'4", not going to do it. Kita gets a second chance. He gets 2 chances, and Kita is out going for 6'4". That brings in Smoke attempting 6'4".
Serious power, man. I'm telling you, when this dog figures out, remember, he's probably just a little over 2 years now. And what's he do?
Got it. Knocked it off. That's all
Hey,
it takes.
look, did you see that? He jumped almost 25 feet
Really?
going vertical. I mean, I'm telling you, look at
Watch
it.
the distance on the jump.
Incredible.
If he'd entered the Superfly,
I mean, you realize there's only 10 dogs in the world can jump that far anyway, and he's doing it just on
going for the
super feet.
bumper, right. Here's Savannah attempting 6'4". Bob Mallory looks at it. So does Savannah.
Crouch, at a girl. Get up. Oh, at a girl.
Got it. We're going to jump ahead and show you Savannah jumping at 6'6".
No.
She misses, and she would miss her second attempt at 6'6", so would leave the competition. Let's bring up Smoke one more time.
They're down to 2. Melissa owns them both. She is without a doubt I was going to say
Smoke's got it.
she's a premier Super V trainer in the country, but I'm telling you, these dogs can jump.
All right, trying at 6'6", Smoke misses. And that second miss would mean that Striker, if he makes 6'6", is once again the champion Super V dog.
Not even worth doing. Watch. Bam. What else you got? Bring me something. That's what he's
Give me
saying.
a challenge.
Bring me somebody.
All right, we'll make it a challenge. We'll go up to 6'8". Try this one, Striker.
He's the Dominique Wilkins of dogs.
Striker had already won the 4-time champion in our Super V competition.
Dominant. Completely dominant.
Bob Mallory seems happy just to win a ribbon in the presence of Striker. Melissa Ness, the #1 and #2 dogs on a rainy day at Riverfest.
All the way from California, showing the Arkansas boys, the Minnesota boys, and the Louisiana boys how to do it.
The faces of champions. When we come back, Clint Johnson is on his home turf. How will he do?
The Super Retriever series has been brought to you by Avery. Welcome to your life. Eukanuba. Make a good dog great. Max Prairie Wings, America's premier waterfowl outfitter. And by these fine sponsors: Mountaintop Custom Kennels, ProDrive, Creative Answer, and Splash Dogs.
Back at Boone's Pond near Mayflower, Arkansas, you're going to see Clint Johnson. This is his home turf. He's just 30 minutes away from here with his dog Larry as he waits to go to the line, Justin.
Got a little recap here. We're going to take you through and show you what's been going on. Rick Stevens, Maggie from Benton, Arkansas, not too far away. Big-time hunting dog, good hunt test dog.
Picked up that first bird, no problem. Now going for the blind.
Get
Uh-oh.
her in. Whoa, no. Oh,
Out of bounds.
he put the dog into the water too far away from the line. In other words, that poison bird's right there. The judges, they've got a marker over there, and they've explained to the handlers, you've got to get in on the left side of that marker. Huge handler error.
Now we're going to show you perfection. Watch Jack, the dog, on the line as he follows the birds. Look at the concentration and the marks this dog is making.
Jack.
Lyle Steinman's got a real winner.
You know, Jack's not a hunting dog. I'm sure of that, but I'm telling you, he's been training a ton in this scenario like this because he's performing brilliantly. Looks like $1 million, and his handler still doesn't get any respect. But he's earning it right now. That's for sure.
42 faults on this series, on the 4th series, for the grand total of 112. Jack's looking pretty good as Clint Johnson, the hometown boy, 30 minutes away, comes to the line with Larry. And I tell you, when Clint talks about Larry, you can just hear the enthusiasm in Clint's voice as he tells you the story of the dog.
Larry, dog named Larry. That's one you don't run into very often. Larry is a tremendous dog. Raised by Charlie Moody, belonged to a man named Bobby Lane. They had a wonderful career. Larry came to us a little over a year ago with one purpose in mind. He wanted to win an SRS. Larry has an open second, an open fourth, which makes him qualified all age. He has an amateur win. He has a Super Retriever Series win now, and he has 28 master passes. It's hard to find a more versatile dog than that. Anything you want to point him at, he's ready to go. I am very much looking forward to running him. He belongs to Mr. John Jacoby now from Little Rock, and I'm really looking forward to running him in the Crown. Larry is the one that can beat anybody on any given day.
Larry is a great dog. A lot of versatility, but the one thing that it shows he's lacking a little bit is hunting savvy, and this is a situation that Clint can't always help. He's got to get out there, the owner's got to get out there and really put him in a scenario where he's picking up birds with a lot of guns blazing, get him used to this whole scenario, you know, and because this is a different deal. This is not your standard training regimen. I mean, and he's long on this thing, and he's just a little sloppy all the way across the board, and it's really, really cost him in this competition because he had a great shot at going into the finals here.
20 faults on the blind, 89 for the run. What it means is that Larry's going to come away from this series with 89 faults for all 4 runs. It's a grand total of 190. In the grand scheme of things, it's going to put Larry right now in 4th place, but Justin, a lot more dogs have yet to run.
Oh, man, are you kidding me? You've got Steinman with his crew. Aiken still got a few left. Anything could happen at this point, but I'm telling you, this is a difference maker. Tests like this are what separate the men from the boys and the women from the girls. It's going to be exciting and fun to see. We've got one more great series left.
In the field, off the dock, you got to be here next week for more of The Crown.